Hello, everybody. I'm here just finishing up one more thing, and then we'll be ready to go live, talk about the upcoming week of weather and what we can expect. So just give me a couple more seconds. As always, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them there in the comment section on Facebook, and I will be sure to answer those. Okay. Okay, so I was sitting because I was actually working on the computer up here for a while, and then I kind of forgot to remove the chair. So we're going to sit today, which is fine. Yes, so I was going to talk about, there's a lot going on across the area again this week. I know, we often say, oh, the weekends are going to be so busy, but even just this week, we have the Cincinnati Open all week long up in Mason. We also have Bengals training camp today and tomorrow. And we have the Reds in town today, FC Cincinnati tomorrow. Reds are, of course, in town for a few days. Then I think they have an off day. Then they start another series. Right now it's the Cardinals, then it's the Royals by the end of the week. So actually I have the schedule right here. So yeah, so they're with the Cardinals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, and then they have the Royals Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then they're out of town again until the 27th. So yeah, so we have a lot even this week. And of course, a lot of kids going back to school this week, next week, just kind of rolling returns to school, it seems like. So yes, a lot going on. All right, let's get into it. So obviously right now, a beautiful start to the day. We're seeing mainly clear skies. I mean, Clover Nook Country Club, gorgeous. 77 degrees as of noon. Still low humidity though. We'll talk more about that here coming up because we are going to see that humidity increase into the week. But right now, beautiful weather outside, as I mentioned, everywhere. I mean, every camera around the region looks very similar, showing those blue skies, a few high thin clouds. We do expect those clouds will increase throughout the day today. We actually have a very weak system that's going to try to bring us rain, but it's going to have a hard time doing that because we have such dry air in place. So the chance is there, but we think most of us will be able to stay dry. As we widen this view, here's the system, obviously off to our west, that is going to try to bring us rain, moving out of parts of Missouri into Illinois right now. Already even on that radar view, dissipating as it pushes east, and we just expect that trend to continue as it gets even closer to us. So while the chances for rain will be there tonight, especially into the overnight hours, I do think that most of us will stay dry. Now, we talked about this yesterday. This is likely to be Tropical Storm Ernesto. I don't know why that looks so weird. We'll look at it here. Okay. Well, let me see if this gets better. Okay, so this is the track of what's likely to become Tropical Storm Ernesto. Probably sometime tonight or tomorrow it could become a named storm. Right now it's potential Tropical Cyclone 5 is what they say. So it would become the 5th named storm, which is Ernesto. Expected to become a tropical storm and then eventually, I believe, a Category 1 hurricane. They have more, yes, or I shouldn't say a Category 1. Become a hurricane at some point, likely on Thursday. You can see that track here. I don't know why this is so zoomed out. Looks like Category 1 storm by Thursday and then a Category 2 storm. It does move toward Bermuda by the time, what's this say? There's like 2 different, St. George. Is expected to become a Category 2 hurricane moving toward Bermuda over the weekend. But for the most part now, while it will have an impact on the Dominican Republic, probably even Puerto Rico seeing some impacts, the Greater and Lesser Antilles stays east of the Bahamas, Bermuda obviously seeing an impact, but really minimal impacts along the East Coast. Now, for those that may be vacationing there, they perhaps could have, it could notice some of the surf will change, maybe some rip currents, that kind of thing. Trying to read. Okay, so it does say Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, under tropical storm warnings, mostly for Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, so this is mostly mentioning those areas, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico for now. But the forecast will become really important in the next couple of days just to kind of fine tune that forecast for the impacts and where people will be impacted. But as of now, doesn't look to be a major deal for us here in the United States. So we were watching this very closely. I don't know what this is. I don't know why there's arrows there. It's bizarre. We were watching this closely because this is the time when we do see the tropics starting to heat up. You get into August, September especially. And so even though you never really know the track until it gets closer and closer, you always kind of brace yourselves for impacts along the East Coast. It just doesn't look like that's going to be the case with this one. So again, something we'll continue to keep a watch on. Obviously, National Hurricane Center watching it very closely as well, sending out the Hurricane Hunter aircraft as well. Temperatures for us here at home in the 70s right now, really pleasant afternoon, I guess now I can say that because it's 12:06. But, those temperatures in the 70s, not only for us, but across a large portion of the midsection of the country and across our region, really seeing very similar conditions as well. So locally, 75 in Harrison, 79 at Lunken, 77 at CVG and Falmouth, 75 in Lebanon. But again, the important thing to also consider is how dry that air is. The dew points in the 50s. Normally in August, we could have dew points in the 70s, even approaching 80. So we're really getting treated with some very dry air that I enjoy because I think it's comfortable to get outside. So 77 at CVG right now. Winds are variable at about 8 miles per hour and that dew point at 55, just making it feel really comfortable outside. Sun setting this evening at 8:37, so seeing that get earlier and earlier as well. Temperatures this afternoon in the low 80s. Normal is 86, so we're still below normal for this time of year, and likely we will stay that way for the next couple of days. And here's where you'll see those dew points also increasing along with the temperatures. As a matter of fact, by Wednesday, we're seeing those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s again. Still comfortable air as far as that humidity. We're still in the 50s with the dew points tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. It starts to increase on Friday. Now, here's the deal. We do see when those dew points start to increase, that's more moisture. That's better chances for showers and thunderstorms. So we do indeed see that happening as we head into the weekend as well. Saturday and Sunday, we'll see those dew points in the 60s. So it is going to be pretty uncomfortable for your outdoor plans, strenuous activities, cutting the grass, whatever it may be. Now, at this time, we are not included in any kind of threat for severe storms. However, Storm Prediction Center really only has a good idea of severe storm chances, and the same with us through day 3. So that would be Wednesday. Now they can put a risk in on day 4 through 8, but they have to feel very confident in that. And right now they're saying that the confidence in that is low. I would say for Thursday and Friday, mostly Thursday night into Friday morning, we do have the chance for some stronger thunderstorms. Again, too early to tell if those storms could be severe, but I do think that they could be strong at times. Again, that would be Thursday night into Friday. We'll talk more about that here coming up in just a bit. But Bengals training camp again today. Hey, the gates open at 1:30, so you still have some time if you want to head out there. We are talking about temperatures getting into the low 80s by the end of practice, because this is one of the, I think there's 3 more, today, tomorrow, and then next Monday for open practices. So you're running out of time if you are planning to go. First pitch this evening at 6:40 at Great American Ballpark. Temperatures for the most part in the 70s during that game. Really pleasant conditions there at the ballpark. And as far as rain chances that could impact the game, we think at most you could have a few sprinkles very late this evening and into the overnight hours. First pitch at 6:40, that's ideal for these rain chances because they increase late in the evening. So you say, a baseball game is about 2.5 hours-ish, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. If it's really, the old rules, we would say 3 hours for sure. So, let's say 2.5 to 3 hours. So you're looking at between, 9 o'clock for that to end. Yeah, right around 9 o'clock. So it looks like most of our rain chances hold off until well after that. And as a matter of fact, most of the areas that do see a better chance for storms tonight are going to be south of the tri-state. So again, I think if you're going to the Reds game, or if you have any plans outside this evening, you should be okay. Here comes our better chance for rain as we head into Thursday and Friday. Again, I mentioned overnight Thursday into early Friday morning. We have a chance that some of these storms could be strong. So you start off the day Thursday, you're okay. Excuse me. By Thursday afternoon, the rain still to the west. Here's Thursday, 9:30. That's some really strong storms across parts of Illinois into Indiana, and they're trying to hold together and make their way into the tri-state. So this would be Friday, early Friday morning, showing that we have a chance for some of those strong storms here in the tri-state as well. Still too early to tell if that's exactly what's going to pan out, but I would just prepare at this point for some strong thunderstorms late Thursday into early Friday. This is what the model projects, that the storms are kind of south of the area by mid-morning on Friday, and then we see scattered showers and storm chances continuing through the weekend. Emphasis on scattered. Not everybody sees it. It's not an all-day event, but we will have to keep an eye to the sky and just be prepared, especially over the weekend, for any of those outdoor events to be impacted by some of those storm chances. Again, of course, I mentioned the Reds are still in town. The Cincinnati Open is still continuing. Maybe you're going to Kings Island this weekend. All of those things could be impacted by these storm chances. So just a heads up, we're not saying cancel those plans. We're not saying, hey, you have no chance at all of getting in any of those outdoor things this weekend. Not at all. I think you're going to be okay. You're just going to have some times where you might have to head indoors or keep in mind that backup plan. Temperatures for the next several days, they're at the Cincinnati Open in the 80s, but warming up each day. So from 81 today to 83 Tuesday, 87 Wednesday. Again, normal high for this time of year is 86, so we're getting there. It's just going to take a couple of days. And I also wanted to show the rainfall totals, the projected rainfall totals taking us through Friday evening. And again, this includes those storm chances Thursday night into Friday morning. And right now, not looking like a lot of rain, and we could use the rain. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Many of us still in some sort of a drought situation, or at least unusually dry. And so especially this month, you know, we've been going back and forth. I think it was June was really dry. July, we did get more rain, and then now we're dry again. So we've kind of been doing this every other month thing. And yeah, again, looking like we're going to enter into a period of pretty dry weather, because even this weekend, I don't think you see soaking rains. I think it's going to be thunderstorms at times over some areas, and then they move out pretty quickly too. So 87, that's going to be the warmest day there on that 7-day forecast on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, still low humidity. But then that humidity does start to increase by the end of the week and into the weekend. And it increases to a point where it is going to be noticeable. You'll feel that thicker feeling in the air. You'll feel that moisture for sure. Of course, that's going to fuel some of those storm chances too. Our best threat for any kind of strong, maybe even severe storms is going to be overnight Thursday into early Friday morning. Still too early to nail down the details, but it looks like maybe from 10 p.m. Thursday until about 8 a.m. Friday is going to be our best chance for those storms. We'll get more into the details as we get closer, but that's what it looks like right now. But no official convective outlook or severe storm chances from the Storm Prediction Center at this point. Just something that we're seeing, you know, on the models at this point, and definitely looks like, you know, a chance for some of those stronger storms in parts of the area. Until then, though, it's going to be really, really nice. Hi, Becky. Okay. Oh, today, I wanted to mention this. Today, I am going to the Cincinnati Open. Coco Gauff is actually doing an interview, like a roundtable type interview, so I'm excited about that. Obviously, star tennis player, was the flag bearer for Team USA with LeBron James for the opening ceremonies, which is incredible. And then she came to Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Open after going to the Olympics, which is just amazing. So super excited about that. And then obviously the Cincinnati Open drawing a big crowd. So I'm just going to focus on, you know, what's going on over there. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's go beyond the 7-day forecast as well, because, hold on one second. because we all like to plan ahead. And, you know, it's still summer after all, right? Oh, by the way, did anybody see there were the northern lights last night and we had the Perseid meteor shower. So I don't know if anybody was able to see any shooting stars or see the northern lights. We did get some viewer photos and they're pretty incredible. Okay. All right, so yeah, temperatures next week, and again, this is next Monday, the 19th, more kids going back to school perhaps. Temperatures will stay in the 80s. We'll get a little bit warmer by the end of the week and into the weekend, a lot like, you know, what we're going to see this week as well. So, you know, we don't see any 90-degree days as we look ahead to the next 14 days, but I wouldn't say that we're done with the 90s. Definitely something that we could still see return. Will it be clear tonight? No. So I know some folks want to get out and see, because the Perseid meteor shower does continue again tonight. Now, I don't think it's completely clear. I think the later in the evening you go, perhaps the better chance that you will see. Let's look at the cloud cover here before I say something that I'm not that confident in. Yeah, so I mean, we're still going to have some cloud cover. You should be able to see the meteors really anytime from about 10:30 until about 5:30 a.m., peaking kind of around midnight to 2 a.m. But there will be breaks in the clouds, and especially it looks like the further north you go. So there's a chance you could see them. Last night was definitely the better night. So hopefully some folks were able to see it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know, Ethan Embry and I were talking about how we didn't even know about the northern lights, but then people started sharing photos. Like, we knew about Perseids because it happens every year, but yeah, the northern lights, that was a bit of a surprise. Yeah, so the bottom line, we will be watching radar today just because that rain is going to try to move in from the west, but we think with the dry air in place, we'll kind of win that battle, and we should have very minimal impacts from any of that rain. But again, something we'll keep an eye on. And then we are going to be talking about warmer weather in the coming days. Humidity increases by Thursday, and the best chance for storms overnight, this week rather, is Thursday into Friday. So all of those things we'll be tracking. Keep an eye on the tropics as well, but right now it doesn't look like anything too impactful. Of course, we will have your forecast again this afternoon. I'll be up at the Cincinnati Open, and I will have your 19 at noon tomorrow as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have a good one.